So let's create this beautiful iris in Infinite Painter. First of all, select the monoline brush from the calligraphy. This is going to be the hard brush, so we are going to use this brush for all the drawings and shape making. First of all, use the first color from the color palette to draw the circle in the center. And fill the color in the shape using the fill tool. Now you can use wrap tool from the tools option with the distort for making some of the minor changes in the shape and the size. For changing the size, you can use the basic one. Now duplicate this layer and on the top layer fill the black color in it. Now use the wrap tool with the basic option for minimizing the size of the black circle. For creating the black part in the center of the eye. Now add one more new layer in between two layers and clip it to that blue layer. Now select the soft airbrush from the sprayers and keep the size at around 20%. Now use this color for creating some of the shadows in the eye. Now select the radial symmetry tool and keep it at the center of the black part. Now whatever we are going to draw on one of the sides on the circle, it is going to reflect on all around the circle. Now you have to create these crown like shapes in all around the circle. And start filling the outer part of the circle using the minimum size of the brush. Now use dark color from the color palette for filling the inner part of the shapes. Now this time use a lighter color from the color palette for filling the outer part again. And use the minimum size possible for the brush so that you can see those lines in the eyes. Now do the same thing again using this color. Now use the dark blue color from the color palette for filling the outer part again. But this time it should be using the maximum size of the brush, like around 30 to 40%. But not too much, just a little. Now turn off the radial symmetry tool by clicking on it. Now just randomly paint some of the parts using this color. And you can also use the lighter version of this color for filling some of the parts like in the left and in the right. You just need to draw this triangular shape. Use around 30% size for more blurry look to it. Now decrease the size of the brush to around 15% and paint it using the light blue color. Now you have to draw some of the lines in the center circle too. Now use the pure white color in some of the parts. Now randomly draw some of the triangular shapes in all over the eye. Now use the zoom effect from the filters for making it look good and more blurry. And keep it around 50 to 60%. Now add one more new layer and go through the brushes and use the soft air brush with the black color for creating some of the black shadow at the corners of the bigger circle. It is always good to add some black at the corners to make it look more realistic. Now add some lines in all over the circle using the radial symmetry tool again, so you don't have to draw it in all over the circle. Now we are gonna create the reflection to the eye to make it look more realistic. So for that we are gonna use the hard airbrush from the sprayers. First draw a curve like this in the 1/4 part of the circle and then complete it using the another curve. Now we are gonna erase it using the soft airbrush and keep size at around 80% and use it at the corners of that reflection. If you have done something wrong, you can tap on the screen using your 2 fingers and it will be undo. Now use the soft pen from the pens for creating some hair shadows on the reflection. Use size at around 20% and for most of the parts you are gonna use that size, but in some parts we are gonna use around 50 to 60% brush size. Now draw a circle in the bottom and erase it using the soft airbrush. You can of course increase the size using the wrap tool with the basic one. And you can decrease the opacity by tapping on the layer. Now I'm just changing the shape and the position of the upper reflection. Now apply the blur effect from the filters to that black circle. Now we are gonna add all the layers by tapping on the layer and click on the merge button. Now duplicate that final layer and apply the black color in the bottom layer so that we can create a shadow. Now go through the filters and tap on the blur tool and keep it at around 70 to 80%. Now if you want to increase the opacity, just tap on the layer and click the duplicate. And after you're done, just merge all the layers into one. And that's it. And if you enjoyed the video, then like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.